I've heard over and over again that your mess becomes your message. So I encourage you to look at what your mess is and how can you transform that into something that can become a message. Not necessarily that you have to make videos and be a speaker or do what I'm doing, but in the way that you want to live your life, what will that message look like? Maybe it's a message to a friend. Maybe it's a message to your children. A way that you are born to make a contribution to the world. That is your path of providence. And finding that desire within yourself is going to make all the difference. All the difference to give you the motivation to get out of wherever you are, to start changing instead of staying stuck. I'll leave you with one last thought. Several years ago when I was taking a mission discovery course, my mentor gave me assignment to write down 2 different scenarios. One, what it would look like to live my purpose, to live my path of providence. What would that look like as a mother, as a wife, in the different roles that I was living? What would that look like in detail as much as possible? And then the other part was, what would it look like if I wasn't living my purpose? What would it look like if I stayed stuck or stayed where I was or didn't make those changes or just gave in and gave up? All of those feelings, what would that look like? So what happened for me in that writing assignment was I wrote the things that I wanted to accomplish, the difference that I wanted to make, the purpose, the following the example of my heroes, the people that had inspired that fire inside of me. And then I wrote down that part of what it would look like if I stayed stuck. As I was writing this assignment, this scene from this movie came into my mind, answering the question, what would it look like to not live my purpose if I wasn't making a contribution or doing that thing that I was born to do? And this scene came into my mind, and it was a girl sitting in a room with a movie. And the room was barely bigger than her chair, and she was sitting in front of a TV. And that TV, in what it felt like as I watched this scene in my mind, was this mind-numbing captivity where she was just stuck in front of that TV. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't make any choices. She couldn't move forward. She was just totally a slave and in prison. The scene comes around where it shows the bowl of popcorn on her lap, and then it shows her mouth, and she's got this layer of skin that has grown over her mouth. And for me, that was the biggest terror that I could feel, that makes me feel like I am not living my mission, and my purpose is to have everything inside of me trapped and closed up. So I encourage you to take some time, think about what it feels like, not just looks like, but feels like to live your purpose, and what it looks like to not live your purpose. Anytime that I need motivation, this scene can come back to my mind to remind me, am I choosing to be trapped, or am I choosing to live without limits? Am I choosing to move forward and to make my contribution and to live my purpose? Because really that is the bottom line. You have 2 choices. You can either choose to stay where you are and not change and to be the same. And for me, staying the same is the worst possible outcome that there could possibly be. Or you can choose to move forward. You can choose one thing. You can choose to learn one thing that's going to help you. You can choose to find some way to apply that thing that you learn to be able to make a difference and contribute and do something to help someone else and to make the world a better place. You are the magic. And honestly, the best thing that I can tell you to light your fire is that it's your choice. It's been a pleasure to be with you during this series. I hope you've gotten some amazing content out of these videos, and I would love to connect with you and hear from you. Feel free to find me on my website at grouphypno.com. I look forward to connecting with you. See you soon.